Hey folks, let's do an exercise together. I will do the exercise and you will also do the exercise. Now for this exercise, you just need a pen and a piece of paper. And this is going to be short, okay? I would like you to think of 3 specific work activities that you do that really matter. Okay, so think about all the different activities you do that constitute your work and pick out 3 that are really important. Maybe you think of these as your deep work, the things that really move the needle for you, for your personal goals, your professional goals. 3 specific work activities that you do that really matter, okay? So I'm going to write down, number 1, create YouTube videos. That's number 1 for me. Number 2 is going to be write weekly articles. So every week, you may not know this, every week I write an article and I send it to the, 2,300 people who I currently have on my email list that receive my weekly article every Sunday. It's always about productivity, okay? That's very important to me. And number 3 for me is going to be create course content. So I've got some courses to help people be more productive. And so I will say create course content. So creating YouTube videos, writing those articles, create content for my courses, those are all content creation things. And that's really the heart of my business. So those are 3 specific work activities that are super important for me. What are the 3 activities that are super important for you? And I would like you to not only do this exercise, but also reflect on this a little bit today. Because let me ask you, if we think about a week for you, how much time in your week are you spending on these really important work activities? Is it a little or is it a lot? Okay? And the reason I want to talk about this is because we often talk about productivity, but what does it mean to be productive? So you could say being productive is checking off lots of tasks on your to-do list, right? If you do that, then you're productive. It's kind of a very narrow definition, though, of being productive, because after all, does it really matter that you do a lot of tasks if those are not the ones that are going to help you reach your personal goals, make your dreams come true? If they're not, why does it matter? And so this is why I came up with a concept, a phrase that I would like to introduce to you. And so this concept is big picture productivity. What is big picture productivity and how does it compare to, small p productivity? Big picture productivity is the art and the science of consistently doing work that matters to you. Okay, so the art and the science of consistently doing work that matters to you. So let's break that down. Big picture productivity is an art because whether you are big picture productive, that's up to you. It lies in the eye of the beholder, right? It's what matters to you. It's also a science because it requires experimentation. It requires trial and error. To get to the stage of being, or phase of being, state of being big picture productive, right? Requires experimentation, trial and error. You've got to try things. Maybe this will work, maybe that'll work, okay? And so it's about consistency. If you learn a new technique and it helps you do your 3 or whatever number most important types of work consistently, that's great. But if you learn a technique and you stop using that technique after 2 weeks, or if you start time blocking, say, and make time for that most important work, but then you get away from that after a month, that's not really going to impact your long-term success. You want to do this consistently. Okay, and so finally, big picture productivity includes doing work that matters. So not the administrative work, not sitting in meetings, being on Zoom or whatever, right? So those things are not going to move the needle for you. So it's the art and the science of consistently doing work that matters. That's what I call big picture productivity. So my question for you is, are you big picture productive, right? And the reason I had you do this exercise of writing the 3 things, these are my 3 things, by the way. The reason I had you doing that exercise is because I want you to really reflect on whether you're currently spending enough of your time and energy as a percentage, right, of the total time and energy you put into work on such activities, on the ones that really matter to you. And if not, you've got to ask yourself why not. So if you're not currently there, right, if you're not spending a large chunk of your time on the work that really matters, how are you going to get there? because you need to do these things to achieve your goals, to make your dreams come true. These are the things that make your dreams come true, right? So for me, doing these activities, that's what's going to grow my business. It's what's going to help me serve more people, right? It's what's going to have me being financially independent at some point. So I should be spending a good chunk of my time on these things, and you should be spending a good chunk of your time on those important things. And so if you're not currently big picture productive, we can think of that as kind of two stages getting there. The journey to get there is in two stages. So first, you really want to make sure that you are on top of your day-to-day and week-to-week obligations, commitments. So let's say you're feeling overwhelmed, chronically, stressed out, always behind, missing your deadlines. You've got emails from 3 months ago that you haven't answered, right? If that's you right now, then it's very difficult to create the mental space and the focus that you need to really be able to dig into your most important work. Just very hard to do that if your day-to-day and your week-to-week is like that hectic. So to fix that, you can take one of my task management courses. I have 2 of them. Organize Your Life with Things 3, Get Stuff Done with OmniFocus 3. Same course, just a different task management app, but the goal there is to get you in control, feeling confident about your day-to-day and week-to-week projects and tasks. Because when you've got those under control, that's stage 2. That's when you can start working on your big picture productivity. So if you say, you know what, I actually have my day-to-day, my week-to-week under control, but still I feel like I'm not spending enough of my time and energy working on those really important things that are going to move me forward, have me achieving my goals. What do you do then? For that, I created my course, Big Picture Productivity. So I created a course with the same name as the concept that I'm describing to you right now, okay? And this course, I really designed it to help you do exactly that, to become big picture productive. So to consistently complete the work that matters, which will have you achieving your goals. And so we do this in a really structured way, in a really organized way. We look at your habits, right? Your current habits, what's going right, what's not going right. We look at your values, like what matters to you. That's important. Then we look at your goals. We identify your goals, we clarify them, we sharpen them so that you know where you're going. Then we're going to translate those goals into projects you can act on, because often people have big goals, but then they don't know what to actually do to get there, right? Like if you don't know which specific types of work you've got to do, right? How are you going to do it? And so then we talk about translating that into your day-to-day. So now you know what your goals are, and you know how to, like which projects to complete to get to achieving your goals. How do you translate that to your day-to-day? How do you make sure that you make time for these important things? So we talk about that. Then we talk about keeping this up for the long term, for long-term success. If you've got setback or something like that, how can you keep going? And so I really want for you to be big picture productive. You know, I don't want you to be sitting there doing things that don't really matter to you. It doesn't matter if they matter to someone else, but they don't matter to you. I don't want you to be doing that. I want you to be big picture productive, to consistently complete the work that matters to you. That's what I want. So if you need a little help getting there, okay, even if you don't check out my courses, that's totally fine. Just reflect on this today. If you haven't already done the exercise, write down your 3 things, okay? And then ask yourself, maybe spend some time reflecting on it today. How much of my week am I spending on activities like these? And if it's not a lot, how can I increase that, okay? So if you'd like some more structured help with this, check out my courses. You know, I'll put the link in the description below the video. But even if you don't, I would like you to think about this very carefully today, okay? All right, that was it. Please help me spread this message of big picture productivity to more people. So if you could give the video a thumbs up, that'd be really helpful. And other than that, I just hope that you have a fantastic day. See you next time.